Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. My name is Easton John, and welcome back to Season 2, baby. Let's go. And joining me are my guests of Red Wolf Roundtable. Fighting out of the red corner, Cooper Melder.
Cooper the Juice Box Melder is in the building.
Cooper the Juice Box.
Yes, sir.
And fighting out of the blue corner, it's T-Dog Tristan Harlan.
I am him.
He's him, everybody. Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. I'm excited to be back. Are you guys? Excited to be back?
Yes, I'm ecstatic.
Ecstatic. All right. But first, before we get started, we got to start this off right.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yes.
Now give me that. Oh, na baby. Come on. Cool, hey, na.
Na na
Na. All right.
You know what I gotta say to that, Easton?
What was that?
You're a dummy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty. All right. So let's talk about this. Okay. Red Wolf Roundtable has upgraded
Yes.
a lot
Severely.
since the last time we've spoken.
Yes.
Let's talk. Let's look at the people that we've hired here, Tristan. Walk through me. What has
Okay.
happened with that roundtable?
So first off, is our news desk analyst Hannah Hatfield. Last year after Ella Jane Britt kind of graduated and started teaching at Wynn, we were kind of wanting to fill that role, and someone that kind of brought the same energy as Ella Jane, and someone that kind of didn't have the same on-camera presence, but had that kind of je ne sais quoi, as they say. And yeah, I know big words, baby.
Whoa. Okay.
Can you give me the definition on that, please?
Yeah. What is the definition?
Ask Siri, not me.
Mr. Sullivan, can we get the definition?
But I really wanted to revamp the whole news desk role from what Ella Jane had it, and I wanted it to be more conversational based, to where instead of me and Cooper talking about every subject for X amount of time, we were able to pitch it to other people to get their sort of point of view, so that it wasn't just Cooper not being two idiots on camera for 30 minutes or whatever.
All right, Coop, what do you think?
Great hire. Obviously, big shoes to fill with Ella Jane Britt, because we here at Red Wolf Roundtable, we all miss you, Ella.
Yes.
If you want to come back, do it. We'll have you on After Dark.
Okay, that's sweet. And then who we next photo we got? Oh man,
Jimmy
James.
Jimmy James.
So, and I tell this story, and I told him this.
There's no introduction.
Yeah,
There's
there's
no
no
way.
introduction. As
I
soon
mean-
as he texted me and saying that he was interested, he didn't even have to.
He's him.
Yeah,
He is him,
Yeah,
period.
I mean, we seen it on the March Madness special. As soon as he said, "Hey, I'm coming back for grad school. I want to be on the show," that's all he had to say, and he was on. There's no need to explain why James. was on
Jimmy
the
James
show.
Lowry.
Jimmy James.
I love
All
that
right,
man.
and then we got Brady Pasco.
Yes. So Brady was an interesting hire, because I didn't think he was going to be sort of interested, because he did come to me last year when we had our open house, and it was, and I wanted him to get on the team, but I wasn't for sure how I wanted him to be on the team. So when we hired our news desk, not news desk, but social media manager, once we had that sort of locked in place, I knew Brady was going to be a great number two under our social media manager.
And then we got AJ. AJ.
Yeah, I don't know how I want to explain AJ, because she's kind of she came
A ball
on.
of life.
Yeah, she
The
came.
face of our social media.
Yeah, she came on, and when she told me she was interested, of course she's in track, so we had to work around that. But I'm sure she's going to see this in some way, shape, or fashion. But when AJ joined the team, and I hate to say this, but I think she's outworked every single one of us.
I
so
think,
far.
yeah. I mean, I was surprised
sure.
yesterday. I mean, yesterday I was, scrolling through Instagram after the Chiefs loss, needing some positivity, and
That's the last thing you need to do is go on social media.
yeah, seriously.
after
And
a
I
loss.
come across it, and AJ's doing interviews on her own.
Go check those out. Red
yeah,
Wolf
go-
Roundtable Instagram.
Yeah, Red Wolf Roundtable Instagram. Go check
Yeah.
those out. They're on the stories. I loved them. The interviews were so funny. And yeah, she just did it on her own, and that's what we need here. Those people that are going to take action.
Yeah,
you know?
and speaking of that, she actually got us shirts, which I forgot
Yes.
mine at her house, so I don't have mine.
Oh
today.
man,
Yeah, they're in.
Oh,
We gotta
they're
go get
in?
'em.
We're going to have to show them next episode. We'll show 'em.
But she actually, said, hey, not everybody has polos, and we were very limited on the polos that we had.
Easton John don't even have a Rebel Roundtable polo.
I don't even have one.
ASU-TV, though.
Oh, that's funny.
There's a triple XL in the back, so if you guys want me wearing a dress, man.
But yeah. So she designed the shirts herself, and she got them ordered, and they're in. I saw them yesterday. And
They look cool?
them things are legit.
Those are cool?
Things are legit.
Coop, what do you think?
Oh, I was showing my shoes off real quick.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm just, I
He
gotta show
wore
off the
those, to,
J's.
and we'll talk about this. He wore those Jordans at Oklahoma.
I did wear them.
Yeah,
I
and they're a
was
Jordan
tempted.
school.
Okay, I didn't know that. I just thought I'm going to be on the sideline looking clean.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
mean, you
I have a
looked
sports
clean,
show, and
but
I don't know
everybody
what-
probably thought, hey, that guy, man, he's rocking the Jordans. He's
No.
probably Oklahoma. Then you turn around, and there's a
I
Red
know
Bull.
this is off topic, but funny thing is, a bunch of people from Oklahoma were complimenting my shoes. They're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you got the cherry low 11s?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Yeah, that's cool because Oklahoma's a Jordan school." I was like, me with my big Red Wolf on my shirt, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah."
Oh, dang.
At the end of the game, I was doing this. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. Hiding
Yeah,
that
we were
Red Wolf.
hiding
I was
it.
like,
Well,
"Boomer."
Boomer. We'll talk about
Sure.
that later. And then we forgot one, and I'm just now realizing I forgot the pick. Okay,
Yeah,
we
we
got
forgot a
Dalton.
couple.
We forgot a couple. Well, here's Dalton.
Dalton. He's
yeah.
been wanting to do our technical
Yes.
director for a couple years now, and we
Yeah.
just
Needed
finally
him.
were able to get him on because we did have Jacob Keene doing it, then we had Chase Weeks doing it, and then when both of them kind of went on to pursue other opportunities, we were like, okay, we need a full-time guy.
Yeah.
Dalton was the obvious choice there.
Yeah, and Dalton has stepped in, and he's learning.
Yeah.
He's developing. From the first episode to the more recent episode, he's definitely improved, and hopefully that continues. But I forgot one picture, and I feel so bad because he's the social media guy.
Was it
he's
he
making
the
all
one that created all those?
Yeah, Will Stafford.
Shout
Yeah,
out
I'm
to
glad
Will.
Yeah.
he forgot his because I'm the one that made it. And if you compare the one I made for him and the one he's made for everybody else, it looks like complete dog doo doo.
Oh no, but yeah, I mean, Will has been he's been that guy.
Yes.
We asked him to go to the golf tournament when he really just needed like a couple clips, and he stood out there in the 110-degree heat and watched us play golf.
Not to mention that he did carry my big butt back up to the clubhouse when
Oh
I was
my
having
God, Tristan.
a heat stroke.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's talk about that because oh my goodness. So we're in the, what is it?
Dick Clay,
Dick
that
Clay.
sports golf tournament.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're playing golf.
We
So-
had the most honest score out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
No mulligans.
no mulligans. We didn't pay for any mulligans, so that's what we have on everybody
We would
there.
have lost money if we tried to pay for
Exactly.
mulligans.
And so we are on the 11th hole, correct?
Yes.
Either 10 or
10 or 11. And man, it's probably the hottest point of the day. And I look at Tristan in the golf cart because we're all gonna go take a picture, and Tristan's in the golf cart
He's like, get me out of here.
I swear I looked at him and his eyes were crossed and he was hunched over like this, and I was like, he needs to go inside. Like I said, Mr. Sullivan, take him inside right now.
He needs some milk.
Get him some milk. Seriously, I thought we were gonna lose Tristan there.
So I will say I did not think golf. I didn't think golf was as physically and mentally demanding as it was.
You have more respect
Sullivan
after playing
knows.
it, don't you?
I got a lot more respect. I did make a putt.
Oh
I
my
did
gosh,
make
we
a
should have
putt.
loaded that into the
I did make a
TriCaster.
putt.
We need to show that next time. But that putt, it was for par. We all missed it. Me, Cooper,
It was a
Mr.
long
Sullivan.
putt.
It was a long putt, and we didn't get the job done. And then we're like telling Tristan what to do. We're like, no, go right, go left, shuffle your feet, move the club a little, turn it in, and we have it perfect. And all Tristan has to do is hit it straight. And he get it. He's got his putter. He hit the ball, and it went straight. It hit the line, and it rolled right into the hole. It was like falling into it. It barely went in. And I was just, oh man, that was so awesome.
It was beginner's luck.
It was awesome.
I had to
dude.
channel my inner Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, dude.
I couldn't drive to save my life, but I did make a putt.
Yeah, you did
before
make.
I almost died.
Yeah, before, and you got roast beef, or what do we got? Pulled pork sandwiches after. So
And potato salad.
and
was
potato salad.
pretty good.
We got last though, I mean, that tournament,
Yeah,
people were
but-
shooting 56s, and I'm like,
On
Yeah,
a
but
seven
let's-
par
on.
72.
Let's be honest. How many of those guys are playing probably every weekend?
probably. Yeah, I mean, we don't got the money to play every
We
weekend,
don't
man.
got the time.
we
here
don't.
in
We
college.
gotta grind this, baby.
Yeah.
We gotta grind this. So
How many of them could look this good on TV?
I know.
None
Well,
of them.
I'm sure the people at KIT could, but
yeah.
I digress.
I digress. All right,
digress.
so we're gonna take a little break, guys. But when we come back, we're gonna talk about Norman, and we have a funny clip to show you guys when we come back. You're watching Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. We'll be right back after this.
ASU-TV, covering all your favorite sports. From Red Wolf Roundtable to West Side football and more, ASU-TV has you covered. Tune in now to ASU-TV for news and coverage on these sports and more.
I'm Easton John, and dang it. Well, first mess up of the day, boys.
Did you not unmute
Dummy.
yourself?
Yeah. Well, welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. So, guys, we have a clip to show.
Yes,
and
we
do you
do.
want to? You guys have already been through that before. So, tell me a little about and the background behind this clip before we show it.
So basically, last year when we went to Ohio State, we had to go pick up our good old friend, Peyton Burr, Pepe. And so we're driving to his house to pick him up, and Mr. Sullivan goes, "We have to play Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue by Toby Keith." We're like, okay, why? Like, yeah, that's a pretty good song. He was like, "You don't understand. Peyton despises it." And what's funny about Peyton, he fought in the overseas.
Yeah,
He was in the military. He's a
former military.
veteran, and he hates a song about being
Patriotic.
patriotic. And he goes, "It's the most fake patriotic song in the world." You know,
It's just a money grab after 9/11.
yeah.
it
If
just-
you know Peyton, you're like, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah.
But so
If you meet Peyton, he's a completely opposite person to what you think he is when you first meet him. I'll just put it that
He's just a
that
big
way.
teddy bear.
he is a big teddy bear.
He's just
down
a big
in
old
heart.
yeah.
Down in heart,
So,
he's a big teddy bear.
without further ado, just to watch. Hit it, Mr. Sullivan.
Hey, Peyton, did Uncle Sam put the name at top of your list? Uncle Sam put your name at the top of his list. The Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. It's gonna be yeah, when you hear Mother Freedom started ringing her bell. We were like the whole wide world is raining down on you. All brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Oh, he's gonna kill us. I'm scared. I'm scared.
Where'd he go? Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
You know
'Cause-
what makes this whole video even better? If you saw the clip and you saw Mr. Sullivan laughing,
Laughing.
I guarantee
Oh my God,
he's
you-
in the
you just-
studio right
now
now,
laughing.
red face, laughing just the same.
He's just,
And
and it's like it's like I don't
he
know.
laughed that hard last year too, and he knew it was gonna happen, and he laughed again. I love it. It's just
Well, what makes it even better is we were in a Chevy Traverse. Not gonna knock
Oh,
the car.
my.
Not gonna complain. Not gonna. I'm not because I'm grateful for the opportunity. But Peyton could not get his bag in the back, and that was even that was just the cherry on top of the pudding pie. I mean, he couldn't get his bag in. We were playing his favorite song. Mr. Sullivan was about to die of a laugh attack, and it all came together so beautiful.
Yeah,
We're
and
gonna
the timing.
Carry on to this. Speaking of Toby Keith, going to Norman
Oh my
Saturday morning. We drive through Moore, Oklahoma to get to Norman, the home of Toby Keith. Then we're at the game. Easton sends in the chat a picture of Toby Keith on the sideline.
He's right next to me. Some dude. I didn't even know it was him. And some dude was like, "We love you, Toby." And I'm like, "No shot. Where's Toby Keith? No way." And he's like right there. I'm like,
We almost went to his restaurant for
Yeah,
dinner.
yeah. I was
and
gonna
then
say.
and then he's got a restaurant downtown OKC, and oh my God, just it all lined up. And
It was
that
the best ongoing joke.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
the best.
Oh, yeah.
It was the best ongoing joke ever. But man, okay, so what was I was gonna say something about that song, but Mr. Sullivan laughing. Oh my gosh.
That makes the video.
His laugh
Brings a tear to my eye.
is awesome. Just
It's
because if you
contagious.
don't laugh like when he's laughing, you don't have a sense of humor, because that
No.
thing, it's contagious. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes. Da 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 da. There it is. There it is, baby.
If I ever switch career paths and become like a scary movie director, I'm getting.
Oh
getting
my
that laugh
God,
track.
yes.
I'm getting that laugh
Yeah,
track.
you'll be like 50 years old, Mr. Sullivan. Hey, can you laugh into this mic for me?
Hey, we're gonna to make you laugh. We're gonna go play chorus of Red, White, and Blue.
And with the name at the top of his list. You do it better, Cooper. Can you do it?
What?
Sing the song.
And,
Oh.
am I gonna get copyright?
Oh, yeah. Copyright, Mr. Sullivan. Thumbs up or thumbs down? We're good.
Oh,
we're good.
And
Uncle Sam put your name at the top of his list. Oh, I remember what I was going to say.
Statue of Liberty.
Tristan he was hanging out the window singing it,
Singing.
just hitting the car.
Hey man, I'll do anything for a laugh.
But yeah,
And
Cheap
that was
Heat.
probably the best part of the entire trip to Norman.
Yeah, because after that we had a 7-hour cuddle fest.
oh my
where
goodness.
We were sitting there.
Hey, I finished homework.
On the way.
I watched like a couple movies.
Me and Easton watched a movie.
Yeah. We can't really, I don't want to say it.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't want to say it.
It just has Kevin Hart and
Kevin Hart, Will Ferrell.
in
It's
it.
that movie.
Yeah.
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 And then, man, what was I gonna say? Okay, okay, the Chevy.
Chevy.
So, man, you guys had comfortable seats. I had the middle seat, and man, that cup holder is like sticking out. So my back was like at an angle the entire time. Like I was like sitting like this because,
yeah.
and I was just, man,
Makes
I
you
was.
mentally tough. Built for tough.
I know I was. I mean, I 14 hours. 14 hours of it. I was just knees together, just sitting like
Hey,
this.
I gave you some. I scooted over.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was trying to give you as much room.
And so now let's talk about the Oklahoma game. We get to Oklahoma.
Oh God.
I mean, when we got there, I was like, because surprisingly, I have never been to a big college environment like that before. Like I've been to Mizzou, I've been to an Arkansas game.
Gross.
I know. I'm just kidding. I'll go. Didn't say it.
Yeah, don't.
I didn't say it.
You already
I
on-
didn't say it.
you are already
I
on Dr.
didn't say it.
You're gonna make
I
some
didn't.
people mad.
He is already on Dr. Pitts' bad list for what he said in class yesterday.
Oh yeah, I
What'd
am.
you say in
I
class
already am.
yesterday?
I am. But okay, so we get there.
She's a Chiefs fan.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Remember when Tristan did that on the show?
You remember when Tristan did that on the show?
Tristan's fault.
All right, let's get back into it. Come on,
Yes.
Max. Come on now. So we get there, and they're having a parade. There's like tons of people for an Arkansas State game, and there's still a lot of people supporting. You know, it's not like one of those preseason games that you see on the NFL where like 75% of the stadium shows up. The whole stadium was packed
Yes.
to the brim, and it was crazy. It was crazy loud, and yeah, I had a fun time. What do you
Because
guys?
they have tradition there. You have the horse carriage, which was really cool to see. I feel sorry for those horses because if you don't know, every time Oklahoma scores, they have a horse run out onto the field that's on a little wagon. It's pulling. Well, they scored 73 points. That's a lot of
touchdowns is-
touchdowns in football. That's 10 touchdowns. So that horse ran.
ran. I mean, he
and
got
ran.
his exercise. He
And
got.
ran. I felt they were having a heat stroke, and not keep in mind it was like 100 degrees there.
Yeah. Where do they keep those horses, by
In
the
the
way?
shade right in the tunnel.
Yeah.
They stood the
Yes.
entire time?
Yes,
Yeah,
with
they're-
fans blowing on them because Peyton and I, when Peyton and I went to the media room towards the first quarter, because it was like 21-0 and we got hot or whatever. Or no, I'm sorry. One of the quarters we did. But we walk up and the horses are just standing there, fans blowing on them, and they're just like, "Hi, how you doing?"
The horse from Family Guy. Just one of them horses.
Something
But
like
yeah,
that.
they ran, and then they shoot the gun
God.
10 times, dude.
I
It
thought
scared
my
me
ears were
every
gonna go-
time.
I thought I wasn't going to be able to hear
Oh.
after. Because I was on the end where they shot it, and I kind of forgot they had those guns. So it scared the crap out of me the first time. I was recording, and they scored on. Boom! I was like, whoa.
Yeah, if you watch some of the clips I had, which they're awful compared to YouTube, but when they did a kickoff and they'd kick it off as soon as they kicked the ball, they'd shoot the gun. I would forget about it every single daggum time. So I'd be filming, pow, oh, whoa, and I'd jerk real quick and then have to go back.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then before we go to break here, we got a couple minutes. What happened? 73
Good
to
old-fashioned
0.
butt whooping.
73 to 0. Butch Jones crying on the sidelines. Arkansas State was a meme. My girlfriend's brother saw a video on TikTok about it. So it definitely went viral.
Hey, our esports teams went viral. That's how bad we got beat. Our esports team did a better job at going viral for something good than our
Right.
football team.
But it's crazy that there's all this hype of when Butch Jones is going to kick it into gear. And then that happens, and it's just like, welcome to reality. This is what's going to happen, you know.
What's that mean? Well,
Well,
we're waiting.
Hey man, just remember, Butch Jones when he was at Central Michigan lost. What did he say? Like 72-14 to Clemson. They turned around and won the conference.
So it
and
had
don't forget,
J.J. Watt on his
and
team.
Antonio Brown.
pre-CTE. But I mean, don't forget what year was it? 2016 when UCA came to Arkansas State and beat us. We went 0-4 non-com, like Cooper was saying on roundtable. And then conference came around. We ran the table, won the conference, and I think we won a bowl game that year.
I don't care.
I don't know.
But
If
Cooper,
we-
what was the one quote from the press conference?
Oh,
You can't.
You can't go out and lose a game before you can go out and win the game.
What does
I
that?
know what he meant by it. He was saying you can't lose the game before it even starts. That's basically what he was saying. But how he worded it, that night I was watching the press conference again, and I heard him say that. And I was like, if that gets in the hands of the Twitter community,
And it did.
it did. He got memed.
Yeah.
He got memed so
got
hard he
memed
started crying again, probably.
Yeah.
Well.
His face, and then when he was asked about crying on the sidelines, his face turned cherry red.
Should we say how close we were to the locker room?
Oh my god! Yeah,
yeah.
and let's talk about that for a second before we go to break. We were in the press conference room, and then there was like a thin wall separating the press conference room to the locker room, and all of a sudden we hear the loudest scream from Butch Jones I've ever heard. And it was clear as day, and he's like really yelling at his team. We can't say what he said, but just know that it was bad. Like,
Just know it probably what you would expect a coach would say after getting beat 73 to nothing.
basically, he was saying our team has no heart. That's it. Honestly, that's all you need to know.
Embarrassing. Bleep bleep. That was bleeping embarrassing. Yeah.
So now we're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, we're gonna preview Memphis, and we're gonna talk about the recent episode of Roundtable and who is our special guest, and Tristan's gonna dive into deep on that one. So you've been watching Red Wolf, yeah. You've been watching Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. We'll be right back after this.
Red Wolf Radio is a student-led organization at Arkansas State University wanting to hear your takes on pop culture, music, the news, and college life. Just about anything you can think of. Located in the Education and Communications building on campus, we are always looking for more volunteers. So if you're an Arkansas State University student, no matter the major, and this is something that interests you, shoot us an email at redwolfradio@astate.edu. That's redwolfradio@astate.edu. Let them hear you how.
Welcome back to Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. My name is Easton John. I'm joined with Tristan and Cooper. Tristan,
Yes.
Red Wolf Roundtable. We had
Wolf Roundtable.
the episode this week.
Yes,
we
we did.
brought in a special guest.
We sure did.
Who was that special guest, and why'd you want to bring him on, bud?
That was the one and only good compadre, my brother from another mother. Sorry to steal your bit, Cooper, but Jake Brewer.
Jake, man.
J.E.
Jake Brewer has been my best friend for how old am I? 20? Gonna be 21. He's been my best
Old
friend
man.
for.
Oh,
Shut
man.
up. You're like a day younger than me. He's been my best friend for like 10 or 11 years now, since we were young, like since we were legitimately 10 years old.
South Haven, Mississippi, born and raised, baby, right?
I was born in Memphis, baby. Check my birth certificate. But thing is he's been a Memphis guy his whole life. Grew up in the University of Memphis fan base. Grew up as a Tiger fan. Grew up going to games, watching games, studying games, stuff like that. And, his whole family, too, same deal. His dad used to paint up for the longest time. They called him the Memphis Maniac, and Jake kind of took on that persona, too. But he calls me, and he goes, hey, man, what do you think about Roundtable? This is like 3 months ago. This is still during summer.
Yeah.
Calls me, goes, hey, man, Memphis game coming up. It's going to be home this year, last game that we're going to see while we're in college, that they play football. What are you going to do for it? I'm like, bro, I don't know, because at the time we were still hiring AJ and all the other people that we have now. And I told him, well, if the cards align right, we'll just have you on and we'll talk about the game. Because, that's easy TV. Between the three of, me, Cooper, and Jake, that's like easy. That's easy money.
Yeah.
So, he was like, oh, I'd love that. Well, it gets to like the week of, and I completely forget about it.
Oh, no.
I completely forget about it because I'm, I signed my ESPN contract. I'm, doing my thing. And he texts me and he goes, hey, man, am I still going to be on the show this week? And I was like, oh, I didn't tell him I forgot, but I was like,
You're finding out now.
I was like, yeah, let me find out. So I texted Sullivan at like 9 o'clock that night, and I'm like, hey, is it okay if I have my buddy from Memphis on the show? He goes, yeah, just as long as he doesn't wear any Memphis logos. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I texted him, and Jake was like, all right, I'll be there. What time do you want me there? And I'm like, about 2, because I had to go to the press conference. He goes, all right, I'll be there about 1:40. So sure enough, as soon as I get out of the press conference, Jake meets me at the football stadium, and we drive over, and, we did the show. Went off without a hitch like I thought it would.
I love Jake because he brought the energy. I said, bring the energy, and he brought it.
Yep.
And he's just a well-spoken guy, and he just knows what to say, and he says it with passion and with knowledge behind it.
Right.
And it was great having him on the show, Coop.
Oh, I love me some Jake Brewer. I met that man a couple summers ago for the first time.
Yeah, something like that.
Stayed at his grandma's house. We played video games all night, did some stuff. It was a good time. Jake, if you're watching this, you're always welcome back.
Yeah, you're always welcome back, dude. But yeah, I remember when we went to Memphis last year and staying in the grandparents' house. I'm sleeping, and I'm woken up by a beautiful singing voice from Jake Brewer and Tristan Harlan. Singing, like, I don't know, they're singing like country songs, and I'm trying to sleep. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to sleep, but that's kind of good.
Yeah, I don't know what
Was
it
it
is.
Elvis or Johnny Cash?
It was the Ring of Fire.
Ring of Fire by
Yeah.
Johnny Cash.
No, they do that all the time. It's so funny. I was driving them after the soccer game, and someone would just start it, and then they would just get in sync and sing the whole song. I'm just like, all right.
all right.
There's just something when me and Jake hang out, and I'm sure it's the same way with you and Trent. I'm sure it's the same way with you and your buddies down in KC. But whenever we get together, it's just we do the most randomest stuff and we do the most obnoxious stuff when we're alone. That it's just so funny when we do it around other people. They either think, hey, that's really funny, that's really good, or that's really annoying and really stupid. Half the time, it's really good, but most of the time, it's really stupid.
You guys are basically lightning in a bottle.
Exactly.
Exactly. But speaking of Memphis, what do you guys think? Let's dive deeper into it because you guys gave your predictions. What's your score prediction? I'm gonna start with Coop, and then we'll end down with me. Cooper.
I'm trying to remember my score prediction from Roundtable.
Don't ask me.
I know. I did have Memphis winning. I think it was like I said it was going to be a shootout. It was going to be a barn burner. Both teams scoring a bunch, and I think it was like 59-42, something like that. Memphis.
Yeah. I mean, I can't dive in too far because I don't have my swimming trunks on right now and my goggles. But
Your floaties.
Yeah, my floaties. My floaties. Oh, you can't see my hey dudes. Never mind. But I think it's either going to go one or two ways.
Oh, gosh.
If Memphis comes out guns a-blazing, we're going to get the crap kicked out of us again. But if we come out, have a balanced game, and it's still even when the first quarter ends, I think Arkansas State's going to narrow it out with a Dominic Zavada game-winning field goal.
Man,
Give us your score prediction, producer man, Easton John.
Yeah.
I think
Mr.
if
Station Manager.
if you expect disappointment, you
Same
won't
thing
be
Colleen says.
disappointed. So I think, I really want this team to do good.
Bet the over on this game.
Bet the over.
Yes, bet the over.
It's just we lost 73-0 to Oklahoma.
And Memphis came in as a 21-point favorite.
Exactly.
That's insane.
The thing is, too, is you got to understand this. It's not going to be another Oklahoma blowout. It's not.
It's not going to be.
not going to be.
It's going to be.
But the thing is they threw a pick six to a defensive lineman that plays for Bethune-Cookman. They lost a fumble that they ended up scoring on. 2 turnovers were the only sort of points that they got on Memphis.
Yeah.
But the thing is, and I saw this on Twitter. You guys know I'm very active on Twitter. I like my Twitter.
Especially in class.
Exactly. How else do you pass the time?
Yeah.
Mr. Sullivan, you did not hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not even like that. You got to say it with more oomph. Like a yeah, like more oomph. But anyways, so I think it was 2004. Arkansas State lost to LSU 51-3. The first home game was against Memphis, and they actually ended up winning the game. I'm not saying history's going to repeat itself, but I'm saying history's on the side of the Red Wolves.
We know what the difference is. We scored that game against LSU.
We scored 3 points. I'm sorry, Dominic
That's
Zavada.
points on the board.
I'm sorry, Dominic Zavada missed 2 very easy field goals.
And he was knocking them down from like 50 yards during warm-ups.
Yeah, he was.
But once you see a big lineman on the other side, man, you get nervous. He was definitely
He made
nervous.
some at Ohio State.
Hold on. So what's your
Okay.
score prediction?
So I think it's going to go really bad, really fast. I think it's going to be 54-14. I think that's going to be the score.
I could
Just
see that.
because I see our offensive line holding. I see us not throwing it picks, hopefully, knock on wood. But it's just our defense is very undersized. And I saw that against Oklahoma. Like, we don't have any height. Our cornerbacks don't know how to play defense, as well as our safeties, because when there's a long ball thrown up, we panic. We throw our arms up and we go right into them. Pass interference. That's an easy pass interference. I mean, it's just the defense is not going to hold up. I don't think.
So let me ask you a question. Are you saying that the offensive defensive line size of Memphis is going to be the exact same size of those that play at Oklahoma?
I mean, close to it, I would think. I mean, our D line is very undersized compared to those bigger schools. Memphis, I haven't looked, but when I see them, and once I see how big their offensive line is or defensive line compared to ours, that's going to dictate it because we've proven that we can't handle that. So
Well, I will say I did talk to Ethan Hassler at Order of the Pack, who is on our defensive line. And he told me some of the words that the defensive line coaches and Butch Jones have said to them during practice this week. I'm not going to reciprocate those words because I've already got strike one for saying something like that on this show.
Yep.
Mr. Sullivan shaking his head at me. He's so funny. But I will say I do expect them to bring more at the first home game. 50th season in Centennial Bank Stadium.
yep,
than
and
they did.
I get that.
Y'all
and
wanna-
that's great. But you know what that is?
Oh yeah.
Y'all
It's-
want to know my
it's
favorite
talk.
part about this game? So throughout the whole week, it's paint the town red. You know, we're gonna paint the town red. Red out game. We're gonna paint the stadium red. What does the football team do? Come out in an all black uniform. Paint the town red.
Yeah,
and we're gonna
like what?
debut the new jerseys.
What? Well, let me ask you this. What do you guys think of the
Patriots.
jersey?
They look like a Patriots jersey. If you compare, if we
Yeah,
had a
they're
picture
the
of the
Patriots.
New England
Yes.
Patriots jerseys,
Mr.
and
Sullivan,
our jerseys.
Patriots fan? Yep, double thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yep. He's saying exactly. He probably loves them. He's thinking, oh, my alumni school, yay. No, but honestly, I'm not a fan of the new jerseys.
They're meh. They're meh.
Mid.
They're mid. I think they're mid.
They're really mid.
And then let's talk about Order of the Pack. We thought, because I honestly was stretch time because I missed this show.
It's kind of like Ace State football team. We're all talk. Same goes for the students. Everyone was saying, we're going to boo
We're
the
gonna boo
football
Butch
team."
Jones, and I'm like, then do it. I'm not going because I had a Chiefs game to watch. Man, I wish I went, but you know, idiot. Yeah, and so everybody, like nobody. So you were there.
I was there.
Cooper's there. They didn't boo at all.
I was there for a little bit. As a good fraternity brother, I had to help one of my buddies go back to the house as he consumed too much of a drink and his tummy wasn't feeling too good. So I helped him back to the house.
Oh,
Nice
you're a
guy.
sweetheart.
Nice
I
guy.
did my good deed for the week.
So they didn't boo.
No.
No.
They didn't stay quiet.
Nope.
When they announced them, they were ecstatic.
They were ecstatic.
Trying to win
One
that
guy-
stupid award.
Couple
weren't they?
guys were even yelling, "Butch Jones, I love you."
Man, do
Well-
we gotta show Yik Yak?
Please.
Because
don't.
because people were saying on Yik Yak like
Boo the
we're gonna boo
football
him.
team.
We're gonna boo him. We're not gonna do anything. And it's just we're all talk for that award. Is that what you guys win if you're allowed at Order of the Pack? What?
Wow. Okay,
Whoa. Breaking news. Wow. Mr.
Team
Sullivan.
USA suffers 113 to 111 defeat to Germany in the FIBA World Cup semifinal.
Sullivan's trying to word something. I can't read
I think
lips. I'm so
we
bad
might
at
be over time, but the U.S. team just lost to Germany in the FIBA World
Talk?
Cup.
I'm bad at charades, bro.
Huh?
Hold up.
Me?
Sororities caught wind of it and implemented fines if you said anything negative at Order of the Pack.
Are you freaking kidding me?
What?
Would you quit being
Hold up.
They ordered
Refs on
fines?
payroll? Refs on payroll. So who ordered the fines?
Sororities caught wind of what's going to...
So what? So why does the sororities have so much say? I mean, honestly,
Because
no.
I'm in
Here-
Greek life, and I'm going to bash on it for a little bit. Sorority's all about image, how they look outside. And if you know what? They're all about image, and that's all I'm going to say before I make anyone too mad.
Here's my thing, and I don't care if I make anybody mad because that's what I do on a daily basis. You can't implement
Welcome back.
fines and expect change. You can't talk about change and not fulfill with change and expect change.
You're gonna say something, do it.
You cannot say, "Oh, we're gonna boo somebody" and not do it. And for sororities, I'm sorry, but half you guys don't even matter on this campus anyway. You really don't.
Ayo.
All you do is throw up a little gang sign, and then you call it like you're the best thing ever. But the fact of the matter is in 3 years' time, when you're off this campus, someone's going to come back and do the exact same thing you're doing, and you're still not going to matter. You're simply, and the quote the legendary MJF, you're simply irrelevant. And I've got friends in sororities, and this is not a dig on them, but it's this idea. What are you guys doing? It's the idea.
I'm letting you go, dude.
It's the idea that all they want to do is talk and change. But the fact of the matter is nobody, and I mean nobody, on this campus or even in the athletic building is man enough or even brave enough to encourage change or even implement it.
Right.
Because the fact of the matter is it's all about the dollar arrows right here, and we simply have none of it. Yes, you can get up.
Oh my gosh, man, he went. It was a right, left, ah.
And like I said, I have friends that are in Greek life. And
I do
it's not
too.
a dig on them.
It's not.
But
It's-
it's this idea.
Yeah,
And it happens in the real world too. You can't talk if you're not going to back it up. Anything I've ever said, I've always backed it up, except for maybe one thing.
But I mean, that's crazy though.
Implementing
fines.
for-
Come on.
Like I said, it's all about image. I'm just going to say that. That's all I'm going to say.
When
It's all
half of
about-
them got that one site that I'm not going to say because I don't want to get fired.
Yeah. Well, welcome,
my
welcome back. Welcome back, everybody.
Guns blazing,
This is
baby.
gonna. You guess what? Last year we had this. We started this show in November.
Yep.
So now you get 3 more months of this
Yes, sir.
right here.
Saying things I can't say on round table.
Yeah.
January,
February, March,
and
April. All right, guys. Well, Mr. Sullivan, let's cue the rollout music. Guys, it's been awesome. It's great to be back.
Wolves up, baby.
Wolves up. Let's go beat Memphis. Yay! You've been watching Red Wolf Roundtable After Dark. Peace.